Hi, and thank you for joining me for day 11 of my December daily album. And today I'm using a divided page protector to document a trip that we made down to the West Midlands to visit Mum's family and give them presents. The weather turned on us a little bit. It was fine when we left Cheshire, but by the time we got to Cannock in Staffordshire, the snow really was starting to come down, but we were determined to go and visit everybody, and I'm really pleased that we did it. So the photos that I printed off, there's one of me and Mum, one of my Auntie Christine, one of my Auntie Vera, and one of my cousin's granddaughter, Aria. These are the key people that we went to see. We did go and see my Uncle Ronnie very briefly, but I forgot to take a photo, so I shall document about that. And we went to see Freddie and Margaret, but they were out, so we had to leave their presents with a friend, a neighbour. So first of all, you can see I trimmed the photos down. They're 3x4 photos, and I just trimmed 0.5 centimetre off each side, just so that they fit neatly on the paper. And I'm going to create some flips to put in the top two 3x4. Are they three? Yes, 3x4 pockets. So you can see I've got a 3x8 strip of paper here, and I'm just going to stick photos onto the front of that flip, and then inside the flip as well, and then on the top part of the flip I shall add my journaling. It'll all become clear. So just deciding which photos to put on the front flips first of all. So I choose one of me and Mum and the one of my Auntie Christine, and then inside I put Vera and Aria because we saw Aria at Vera's house, so it made sense to have those two together. So just sticking these down, and I love that stripe that I've chosen for the inside. The outside was going to be covered by photos, so it didn't really matter, but on the inside I knew that we were going to have some showing for the journaling. So just covering up those wreaths now with the photo of me and Mum, and then with the photo of my Auntie Christine. And once those are on there, I shall go in with some tiny strips of paper and just checking that these fit nicely into the pocket. So you can see the bottom half slips inside the pocket, and then the outside, the top half sits outside the pocket. So you don't have to fiddle about to see these pictures. So the bottom 4x6 card, I've cut this present paper. I thought that was perfect because we're visiting to give the presents out. So just putting my number 11 there so that I don't forget. And now here are the word strips I was talking about. I've just handwritten who is in each of the photos. This is just for the future if anybody's interested. So it's me and Mum in this picture. And then Auntie Christine and the one on the right. And I'm literally, that's all I'm writing, just names. So doing Auntie Christine and cutting that out. And I haven't pre-cut the strips because I've tried that in the past, and either my writing goes wonky or they aren't deep enough for when I put my tails on my letters like the Y and Auntie. So I decided it's much better to write it and then cut. And I write Auntie Vera, I write Aria just on this scrap of paper here because obviously it's a very small name, so it fits nicely there. And then Auntie Vera I actually write twice because I'm not happy with the way I've written it the first time. So you'll see me just quickly writing that twice on the same piece of paper and then using the second one to stick down. There. So that second one gets used. Just there. And just using wet glue as usual to stick everything down. I just find it quick and easy. So now those two are in there, I want to focus a little bit on this bottom pocket. So the 11 didn't stand out enough for me on the present paper, which is from the Mix and a Mingle paper pad. So I've just taken a small scrap that I had, and I'm turning that into a little tag. So just using my hole punch there to punch a hole at the top, and then using some wax thread to tie a bow. Now I'll cut this out because it took me forever and you don't want to see me struggling to tie a bow in a piece of string. It's ridiculous. So now I'm turning my attention to these top parts of the flips, and this is, like I say, where I'm going to put my journaling. So I'm just using a scrap of white paper to write down the chronology of the day, really, where we went and what happened as we were going to each place. And I shall do that on both of the flips. So I just use this gold arrow to suggest that you should look to the next one. Just checking that that closes okay with the puffiness of that arrow. And then the second half of the journaling on this piece. So just cutting it to size and then doing exactly the same thing. And you'll notice that I've positioned the left-hand piece to the left-hand side and the right-hand piece to the right-hand side. And that's just so that I can decorate the edge. I'll just use some snowflakes and things. I mainly stick to that puffy sticker sheet from the Vicky Boutin collection to do all this embellishing. So going with the snowflakes as it was snowing. I have been going on a lot about the snow, but we don't get a lot in the UK, so, and rarely this early in December if we do get it, so it tends to be January normally. So it's definitely something to be documented. So now coming back to this card and trying to decide what to do with it. Because I've done my journaling underneath the photos, which suited me really nicely because it's hidden my writing, I'm coming in with some Ellie Studio tile alphabets to spell out the title for this page, which is Visiting Family. And there it is. And once that's down, I'm just going to finish embellishing the page with some of these puffy snowflakes again. And that's today's page done. Thank you so much for joining me. I really hope you're enjoying this series. This is a page which is a bit different for me, and I shall have to do the same thing again with a split cards for tomorrow because it'll be the reverse of this page. So we'll see what I come up with for that. Thanks again, and I shall see you tomorrow. Bye.